All right, let's just get right into it. We're here working on the Sonicstang again. Been here a little while. I forgot my SD card, so didn't bring out the camera. Clayton just provided me with one.
I knew I had it.
Yeah, and we've been doing some things. What can we start off with up here? Oh, this.
Oh, this is terrible.
It's no loin fruit bracket.
No.
But no, it's nice. I like it.
It's not nice.
It's basically exactly what I thought I would do.
It's good for 2 weeks.
Except probably done nicer.
Do something else. We just got to keep going here.
Exactly. We're just trying to get this thing going. I mean, this is completely functional and could be super long term. If you want to be fancy, you could do whatever the fuck you want with it. But
Murder bolts are in.
yeah, underneath. Did some stuff. I'm not gonna crawl all the way underneath the spider stang, as we now call it, because it's covered in cobwebs. The starter is in there, and the convert volts, as Clayton said. Clayton.
Map sensor.
Yeah, the map sensor is under here, which you can see it, but there's a bolt. You can, yeah.
It's under here.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. I was saying to Clayton earlier, this engine's gonna be like a model of wire tucking and simplicity for these cast iron intakes.
Yeah, cast iron. I put AC Delco or GM with sensors in, took the Chinese ones out because China. The bottom two holes didn't line up for the throttle body to this elbow mic had, so I had to drill, because they intersect with the other holes. Just drill a nut instead.
We figured out a water pump thing.
Water pump's on and plugged. And
Did you know an F-body water pump like this does not use a truck water pump neck thermostat housing like that, nor does it use this thermostat, because it uses this water neck here, and as you can see, this
the F-body one has just an O-ring.
Yeah, O-ring and a different thermostat.
And the bolt spacing is different, so you can't even, we can't put this.
Well, this
We
one
can't put
fits.
we can't put a truck thermostat on F-body water pumps.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now I know that. But
Yeah.
I don't know where this one came from. Looks like it was dragged on the ground behind.
I'm not sure where or when or how.
But you can buy a new one from Amazon.
Anywhere.
$12 with the thermostat?
$12.15 with thermostat. So yeah, we're probably just gonna purchase that, as well as the tensioner, as there was nothing at the junkyard. Not that I thought there'd be, but.
Oh, this is mounted? Oh no, we already.
That was in the last video, but yeah, well, oh shit, see? It's actually something on the car down I didn't even notice. These are plugged.
I did that too.
Yeah, clean.
I think that's it. We were gonna hook the tranny cable up, but it's a little tight.
The transmission lines are also on now. Basically everything's...
I've been spraying WD-40
yeah.
down this cable.
Forgot about that. Rob borrowed my cable and destroyed it.
Rob fucked it.
Yeah. What a guy.
I'm gonna re-WD it.
No, I don't know. It probably didn't help that it's like sat over there under a car for 5 years. I don't even know if that's the same cable, but anyways, fuel cell. Since you saw last video, I cleaned up it's not, you know, it could be straighter right now, but I cleaned up the edges of the cut, so it's, you know, reasonable. This is probably the height it's gonna be, maybe about ½ an inch, ¾ inch lower, whatever this angle iron is, because this angle iron is gonna go like, well, it's gonna go like that to hold the tank, obviously, right? But just for demonstration purposes, it's gonna be sitting at about this level. So making tabs to go onto that strut, shock, coilover, mount bar that will bolt to this aluminum. And then at the back, there's this huge piece of bar that is for the parachute mount, actually. It's kind of inside the bumper structure, and there'll be tabs off there doing the same thing with the bolt right to there. And then this piece of aluminum angle will be welded to the fuel cell, and it'll be a bolt-in application. So, to do that, have to make these tabs. They kind of look like Star Trek transponders, communicators, whatever you want to say, but I have a little piece of the same size pipe over here, and I just made it out of cardboard because that's what you do, and saves you time working with metal. So I'm gonna finish grinding this out, fit it to that, and then make at least one more, maybe 3 more, because I might also work on the back bar. And that'll be done, but yeah. There's your intro.
I'm gonna work on getting this mounted.
We're gonna do that. Hopefully, you know, fuel lines being in the car would be somewhat lofty goal, but not really, depending how quick we work. But we'll do something today. Guarantee you that.
Bend this up. One on each side of the intake.
Might be the best way to do it right now.
Wow.
I have that.
Or off the.
I have the plate that I made that bolts to the bottom of this, and then I was gonna weld like steel things to bolt to either there or there. Probably there.
Well, fuck it then, you do.
Working on those tabs. I got them rough cut, and I got this half of them grinded. You know, all so they're the same. Fit on that pipe. Clayton and Riley got the shifter cable in, which is kind of a sketchy situation.
Well, it's just tight. Your cable's been pinched or chewed on, or.
This car has not lived a good life.
It shifts. It's just a tight cable.
I really got to mean it when I go to shift it.
You just need one.
Yeah, exactly. Power glide. Yeah, what's the big deal? So I'm gonna continue fabricating with this. Hopefully I can get these aluminum angle brackets mocked up with the fuel cell. I don't have the math behind me.
You don't need the mat. You gotta be one with the tool.
Like the sand people.
The sand people. Oh, whose bead is that? It's nice. That was a practice bead or something, right? On your exhaust, but none of the welds on your exhaust ended up looking like anything like that.
Appropriate size for some mounting hardware, hey?
What's that?
This drill bit, I figured. I haven't
Well,
checked bolts yet, but
I would go 3/8. Use a 3/8 bolt. That's maybe a bit big.
yeah.
I'm gonna get Riley in here.
Might have to.
Get there. Almost there. Everybody that doesn't understand a drill has to do that at the end. Once it's through, just give it a whirl.
I was doing that just for you. Your entertainment.
That's it.
What, you're saying there's no possible... Since you already went
might
through...
catch a bird or two or something.
What if you, like, angle it a bit? You're
My brother
misusing
likes to
the
do
tool,
that. He
right?
likes Jeez, it's like a blacksmith shop. Oh my
All right, and just like that, we have 4 perfectly sized brackets that with any luck will fit right onto the pipes and then support the fuel cell. All right, so I got the fuel cell brackets done, or at least as done as they're gonna be tonight. They go in here like this. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but yeah, it goes there. This goes back onto that bar, and then that'll support the fuel cell. Bolts connecting these tabs, right? So the aluminum will weld to the cell. It'll all be one piece, and then these tabs will weld to the car, and then the bolts connect them when they go up in there and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably where I'm gonna leave it tonight. Next thing will be to get these really level in the car and the correct distance apart, and tack these to the car on both, weld to the tank. To close out this video, I thought we'd just do a quick little rundown and kind of progress report so far. I mean, turbo is basically mounted. Have to take it off one more time when we start it, just to try blow everything out of the hot side and put another gasket in there. We'll still have to make the exhaust, but that's kind of one of the projects that'll happen near the end. Got this clamp on here. Rob has the pipe that goes from there to this rubber coupler at his house, and he welded it, so that's done. I just didn't bring it, but cold side's good till there. The intercooler is mounted behind the firewall. And then there's only, I think, one pipe that goes from the intercooler up to the throttle body. So essentially that's done. The only hold up there with the cold side would be the spacer. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to look for a 1.5" spacer, but there isn't any cheap ones. You can only get like 1 inch and 2 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch. So you could get a 1 inch and then a 1/2 inch and have a bunch of gaskets, but that's silly. We've done all the different combinations in our head, and we're probably just gonna make something, but the cold side was designed with 1.5" spacer in there, so we'll have to do that. You can see on the fuel rails here, got these fittings back here. The Y will come up, 2-8s to these, regulator back. That'll probably be one thing we're gonna get going next episode, aka next time I come out here. I mean, the front stuff's basically all good. I'm gonna order the thermostat and the housing, because we realize it's different for the F-body, the tensioner. That's good. This alternator is no good, but it's here for mock-up. Got to pick up the good one from our buddy Jerry. This is done. This is really cool because, I mean, like, we put this fitting here, you see, because normally there's like a tube that comes up like this. So instead of having this big ugly tube that went like this, with some hose that went and like into here or something, kind of optimized it. You can't go from here to the rad, but that also kind of looks busy. I think this is really the best way you can do it. Just goes into the back of there. So super happy about that. Lots of things on this car are making me happy so far with how they're coming together and fitting. This engine's really going to look pretty sweet. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it in the, or maybe we didn't, but Rob moved the radiator over like that much because this is really close to the turbo, but now it'll fit. Definitely should be able to get a hose on there, and this shouldn't get extremely hot. What else? Yeah, I mean, the stuff underneath is done. It's really coming along. Once this fuel cell is finished mounted, I mean, not even finished mounted, but at least in there, then we can start running the fuel lines. The next really big thing is probably going to be the wiring. My favorite thing in the world, the wiring. But like I said, this harness is basically done. I just need to, like, here's all the power wires, right? They're all labeled. I just have to group them, which I might have, look, I already did it. So it's not going to be a lot of work. It's just going to be like terminating these ends, putting connectors on it. Among other things from Princess Auto, I bought these, well, let's get one of these out of the bag. This is just your simple, typical, probably China fuse box. Nothing on the back, just the holes for the screws if you wanted to mount it. The way this works is you connect power right here, and then it basically shares it through each fuse, and then the fused power you can connect to here. So basically one of these will be for the engine, and then the other one will be like for headlights and trans brake and stuff like that related to the chassis, not the LS engine. These fuse blocks are pretty easy to use, pretty easy to set up. Not the most fancy or professional way to do it. Definitely, they're only like $12, but yeah, I've used them before. The S15s had like a crappier version of that for 7 years, driven in the rain and sleet and snow and all that. One other kind of looming project is going to be mounting the fuel pump. It shouldn't be all that hard. Like we showed in the other video, there's a tube that comes off this. We just got to cut it shorter, connect the hose from the pump to that, and then somehow mount the pump so it sits, you know, approximately where it needs to, possibly using these holes that the top bolts to. And the sending unit will be left in place. So if I want, I think I have a gas gauge over there, but it's been so long. So with any luck, next episode, the episode after that for sure, we'll be firing this thing up. Not quite with the turbo and building boost yet, but we'll be firing it up just to make sure it runs for one. And with all this hot side fabrication and it's sitting, I'd really like to just run it without the turbo, without any of the cold side. Maybe just throw a filter on the throttle body there, because there's probably a bunch of metal shavings. It would suck right into the engine there, but you know what I mean. Just kind of a test fire. Maybe not even with the belt, just run it a bit, blow all the crap out of the exhaust, and then we know we can bolt everything down for the final time. And we'll be ready to race. I'm still excited about this project. We'll get her done. And I'm glad you guys are excited too. I mean, I'd probably be doing this anyways, but the videos, making the videos about this and editing this, like whatever it's gonna be when I get home, 1 in the morning, that's for you guys, and you make that fun and worthwhile. So I'll keep it up. Just keep watching them, and I'll keep it up. So until next time, we'll check you later.